What's good, man? You see, I got the rebel shades on. I want to touch on a topic real quick, man. This is about civil war, and I've been seeing multiple videos about civil wars coming to America. A lot of stuff. I've heard this for years. I just want to give a small take on it. It's not even gonna take that long, to be honest. There's people that's clamoring for a civil war because they're upset because the way the government is pushing against their rights. And I totally understand where all the frustration is coming from. A lot of people feel like they're ready to take it to war with them. And, you know, I'll be honest, man, like, you know, the politicians are doing a lot of treasonous things. They are doing a lot of fucked up things to see, like the push buttons and all of that. But let me just say this, man. The idea of a civil war, a lot of people, they watch a lot of movies. They play video games, and they think it's like that. You know, some of the movies are kind of accurate when it comes to a lot of stuff when it comes to war. But for the most part, in reality, many of these people, they don't want to see that, bro. You don't want to see what that involves logistically, what it involves psychologically, physically. It's no joke, bro. The first Civil War, 500,000 people died. How many you think could die in this one? And then you got the other people that talk about, you know, you guys with your guns, you Americans, you can't win a war against a government that has tanks, a government that has missiles, chemical weapons. I'm gonna get into that real quick too, because both sides make points. They make valid points, but the truth of the matter is, nobody really won a war, bro. Like, least not most civilians. People just really want to be left alone. That's all it really is. But governments don't know how to leave people alone. They know how to push. That's all they do is take. You really don't get nothing back from them. But other places get people. They could give your money away to other people, no problem. But you the one that foot the bill for a lot of this stuff. But they don't help you. And I totally understand the frustration. But like I said, I'm not. And also, let me say this. I wanted to say, I don't believe in voting is going to change anything, because never really. It might change something for a slight minute, but I don't think voting really changes anything, because you're going to have to keep doing the same things over and over and over again. You know, so, you know, the solution, I don't know. There's many different debates. People can debate what can be done about all of this, but one thing's for certain, voting is rigged, bro, for the most part. But to all the people that clamor for a civil war, you have no idea what that would fucking look like. You don't want to 1 hour or 2 hours of you being immersed into absolute blood and mayhem and bullets flying over your head, and you got aerial planes, you got all kind of shit. You're not prepared for that shit. You think you are, you're not. Not saying everybody ain't, and that's my last point in the video. I'm gonna get to it at the end. But for those that count the American people out, you don't know what you talk about either. I see a lot of these channels, you know, the logistics, and they thinking a little bit too much into this, man. I mean, there's a lot of truth to what a lot of these people be saying, but I mean, you gotta understand something. The government, they're people too. So, as almighty or as boss ass as they might seem, they have families just like everybody else have families. They have their families that will be put in danger if there was a civil war. You got to think about that. They're also thinking about their own families, a lot of them, but there are a certain element that they don't give a fuck. They'll shoot down Americans because that's where their paycheck come from. They're not gonna bite the hand that feed them. A lot of those type of dudes. There's many of them. Every country got those kind of people. Those are the turncoats and those are the treasonous right there that should be dealt with accordingly. If the time ever did come for a civil war, you would immediately deal with those type of people and deal with them in a harsh manner, rightfully though. But my thing is this: people give too much credit to this to government sometimes, man. They don't realize urban warfare is no joke. A soldier could never prepare enough for urban warfare. People that live in these areas, they know their area more than a government might know their area, or a military unit or something like that. People don't talk about those elements either. How they got tanks. Biden even said this. Biden he's such an instigator, dude. He even said it out of his mouth. It's gonna take more than just your guns to defeat somebody with F-15. You need an F-15. He's pushing. You know what I mean? Like, why would you say you're a president? You saying that about your own fucking people, bro? And he's still allowed to be president saying shit like that, bro. He's really basically saying he's ready to almost wage war on a certain group of people in his own country, bro. That's what I got from it, bro. I thought that was disgusting to hear Biden say something like that. Nonetheless, you got to understand something. You got these Abrams tanks that take a hell of a lot. It takes 4 to 5 people to operate them. They're bad on gas. Troops got to come out of those tanks. Right? You got to come out of them sometime. You can't live in the fucking tank. They're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, it's not going to be as easy as civilians think fighting a civil war. It's not going to be as easy as the government might think either. It's the truth of it is, most civilians are so fed up. If there was a civil war, they don't care about winning, bro. People have so much anger. They don't care. It's I think a lot of people just want to unleash a lot of their anger to the people that have been oppressing them or just bothering them, not letting them live their life. I think that's what a lot of it comes down to. You can't win a war against the government. It's not always about the winning. It's like this. If a war popped up tomorrow, civil war, there are people going to die on both sides. There's going to be a lot of dead government people. There's going to be a lot of dead civilians. It's just the facts. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the government. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the civilians. People die in war. That's what happens. So it's going to be blood on both sides. So let's not pretend that one of the other side is just going to walk away from this thing unscathed. And that's not going to happen. Excuse your smoke alarm. All right, that's not going to happen. So my thing is, people just don't care about a war, pretty much winning. It's okay, we went to war with the government. We're telling the government, every time you fuck with us, this is what's gonna happen every time you do this. So every time you keep pushing, you murdering people or doing whatever it is you're doing that you're not supposed to be doing, people will pick up arms. It doesn't always matter about losing or winning. I think it's just next time you do this, you step out of line, we're gonna do this. That's what it's really about, man. Because come on, we know wars take years. Some wars take years to complete before a flag get waved. But people, a lot of these channels, they make it more complicated than it really is. You know what I mean? The truth is, people are going to die on both ends. It's not going to be just the civilians dying. It's not going to just be government officials dying. It's going to be both sides. It's just the way it is. And people are reading a little too much into this whole thing. No, you can't win a war against it. Sometimes the point is not to win the wars. The point is to make a fucking point. That's what it is, man. But nobody wants a civil war, bro. Nobody wants that. That the amount of carnage and destruction that will come along with it would be crazy. And somebody also said, what if the government decided to use chemical weapons on the American people? I read that too. or just drop bombs on people, which they're known for dropping bombs on people. Did you see what happened in Philadelphia? The police helicopters, they dropped bombs on in Philadelphia against that black group. I forgot the name of them, man. I'm having a brain freeze, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But that would make them look very bad to the media, like unless they decide to get North Korean on us and cut off all kind of communication where the world can't see what they're doing. Then they'll look just as bad as they claim North Korea is, right? So the government with that kind of static, I don't know, but it will make them look terrible, if they was to ever do something like that. Instead of fighting the war like men, instead of being pussies, dropping bombs on people. I think that's the pussiest way to fight a war. Until this day, I always think that. Dropping bombs on countries, dropping bombs on people, instead of getting down there on the ground, taking it up, going head up with the people. I think that's so pussy to do that. That's just how I feel about it. That's the most cowardly thing you could do, is just drop bombs on people. Get your ass on the ground and get busy. Just my thing. But yeah, cut this Civil War talk out, man. Because 90% of people ain't even combat trained, or they think they have the mentality for that. You don't. You might think so now because ain't nothing happening, but the minute that became official that there was a civil war about to brew and break out, a lot of y'all are panicked. Not everybody. A lot of the ones that's always ginning up to talk, yo, we need to pick up arms. And a lot of those, you got to watch those people too. A lot of them that do that as agents, they just want you to say the wrong thing. And then when you say the wrong thing, they'll get you all jammed up. So watch, be careful what you be saying and who you talk to on these social media network platforms. Because you see somebody out of nowhere, oh man, yeah, you gonna get guns, man, we gonna take it to these people. Those is agents, bro. Don't fuck with them. Just my take, man. But nobody is asking for that kind of stuff, man. Cooler heads gotta prevail. Because obviously, fortunately right now at least, we do see that we have cooler heads on every side. Because if we didn't have cooler heads, we probably would have already been in conflict long time ago. The shit that, I'll say this though, the shit that the government is doing, ATF, all these people, the things that they're doing, I don't think it would have fly. It would have flew back then when George Washington was president. None of this, it wouldn't have flew, bro. No matter what you might think about them, it probably wouldn't have got this far, bro. I'm just saying. And let me know what y'all think about this, because I'm seeing this a lot, especially as soon as 2024 coming. I'm seeing all these Civil War videos and people they digging a little bit too much into it, bro. Like, bro, man, stop it. Just the whole idea. Look, summed up, Civil War, people gonna die. Both sides. It ain't gonna be easy as the government thing. It ain't gonna be easy as the civilian population thing. Both sides are going to have casualties. That's just what it is. Don't sit up here and think for 1 minute it's because we got a little. And the thing about guns, they downplay our guns. Oh, you got your little pea shooters, but why are they always trying to take them though? I'm like, okay, if our guns is so weak, why they always bother? Why they just don't leave us with our guns? Why they always trying to restrict them if they got the almighty power over us, right? They don't even care about our guns, right? Oh, let the little peons have their guns. We got this, we got that. But they don't do that. They go out of their way to infringe to the point where they even fucking with a bump stock. A bump stock? They bothering your stocks. Like, what does the stock have to do with the gun, bro? Right there, they're telling me a lot. But I'm not gonna get into that. But they're telling me, they might be a little nervous about a lot of shit. I don't care what they say, but hey, listen, I'm just saying. Because my thing is, if I'm not worried about something, I'm not going to keep on bothering it. I'm going to leave it alone. But obviously, something about these guns is bothering them. And don't think it's for they care about the people that getting killed by guns out here. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about that. They are more worried about them and keeping power than worried about somebody dying over a gun. Think about it. They care about anybody's lives. How come you can go buy a pack of cigarettes out of the store? How come they haven't banned cigarettes yet? They ain't banned cigarettes yet. Cigarettes bring a lot of tax revenue in. They don't care who dies over the cigarettes. They act like they do. If they did, we wouldn't have cigarettes, right? Do they care about people that drink, drive, and hit and kill people with their car? No. If they did, they were banning beer, they were banning liquor, but they haven't done it yet. Why haven't they done it? But for some reason, they always trying to attack the guns, though. Think about that. So I'm gonna say, this is Rebel 9. Let me know what you think. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. Y'all stay safe out there.